live, Tony.
For the first time on the internet.
Time ever on the internet. I don't know if that's exactly true for me, but we'll say that.
It's true for me.
My name's Jolli.
And I'm Tony.
And this is Table Ready. This is our first episode of Table Ready.
Yeah, so what is Table Ready, Jolli?
The best way to describe it is a streaming show where we are going to play different tabletop games, mostly miniature games, but every now and then we'll toss it up. And we're going to kind of show how the games work a little bit and then play each other with these games. A lot of times Tony will be the person who is the guinea pig on learning the rules, but sometimes it'll get turned around and it'll be me learning the rules.
Yeah, so before we dive into what today is, why don't you tell me kind of what your experience is with gaming?
With gaming?
Yeah.
So
in general, we'll do that, and then we'll start shrink it down.
Broadly, talking about gaming. Been into board games ever since I was a kid. Board games are always a fun family thing. Really got into what's considered, I guess, more credible gaming when I was in probably middle school. Started playing the Omega Virus is one of the really awesome games I remember playing. It was a little back in the 90s. You had a talking game table to you that told you what you're supposed to do, and your space station was being attacked by some sort of virus, the Omega Virus. So from there, I started playing D&D. Me and a buddy, we got into Pokemon card game when it first came out, wish I still had those cards. Then we got into Magic because we couldn't find Pokemon anywhere because it sold out right away. And then from there, it just went downhill with all my money going to that. So,
okay.
How about you, Tony?
Yeah, I've started playing games, I'd say seriously, in college. Like, I had known about board games before then in high school, played some like Settlers, Catan and all that. But college is where it really started taking off. Before I worked at my current job, which I'll talk about in a second, my first job in board gaming was at a place called Kingmakers. It's basically a board game bar and cafe where we had a huge library of games, and part of the job of the staff was to memorize and be able to teach as many as possible. So I all of a sudden had to dive headfirst into gaming, and so now I work here at the Guardtower at the East location, and we get to do things like this and play games and bring them to people here. I have most of my experience in board games, but I've recently started to branch out to war and skirmish games, hence why I am what might be considered a noob.
I'm going to do something real quick that we probably should have prepared ahead of time. Tony?
Yes.
You're new to miniature games relatively.
Since, I'd say, the beginning of this year, yes.
Awesome. What I want you to do real quick, because I know they're here, I know they're not in the room with us, so you're going to have to go get them. I want you to go get a couple of the miniatures that you painted.
Okay.
I want people to see what you've done since you started.
I'm being bullied.
They're going to know that I'm lying and being facetious as soon as they see these models.
Yes.
No, not at all. Save the snake for last, because that's the one you're most proud of, right?
One of the, yes.
Save the one that you're most proud of for last.
We'll hide it right there.
And we're going to show off the other one. So we're going to go to a full dock cam, which is normally going to be our dice cam, so Tony can show these off.
So before I started painting the miniatures things, I'd say I get most of my enjoyment, like 60% of my enjoyment in the hobby out of the hobby aspect, doing modeling and painting and stuff. So I've been painting longer than I've been playing miniatures games.
Okay.
So this is one of my models that you can use for like Dungeons and Dragons or things like that. So hold on, it's not updating.
Oh, you know the
technical difficulties on the first screen. And we're back.
We're here for our first episode ever. First time streaming, Tony.
No difficulties have happened.
No difficulties
this is
have
the first
happened
time
whatsoever.
we've gone on the air.
This is a professional stream right here.
First professional stream ever. Last one was an amateur one, but we got it now.
It's fine.
So, I'm Jolli.
And I'm Tony.
And this is Table Ready. So, because we probably missed it beforehand because my mic wasn't on and then we had camera troubles, the amateur versions of us, the professional ones, are all set now. Mic's on. We're ready to go.
Yes.
But Table Ready is a show that me and Tony are going to be doing where we are going to show off, talk about, and play tabletop games. Mostly miniature games, but we'll toss it up with some other stuff. Now, what were we talking about during our amateur version of ourselves, Tony?
The amateur version of Tony we talked a little bit about our backgrounds.
Okay.
I've been in the, I guess you could call it the industry since college, yes. I've worked at several establishments, but I'm here now at the Guardtower East as one of the employees, and one of the things I do here is I coordinate events like playing Star Wars Legion or Magic the Gathering or different things like that. What do you do?
Well, I work in a different profession, but I am a big nerd, so I love gaming and tabletop games.
You are a big nerd.
And I'm the epitome of nerd. First girlfriend at age 18, so that's quite a long time before you get a girlfriend, right? That's nerd.
Sure.
Cred right there. I played D&D and Magic and Pokemon and through several Final Fantasy games before I ever had a girlfriend. So
Priorities.
Yep. After I beat Final Fantasy VII, I said, you know what? I have time for this now. So, but going on, I've just played games ever since I was in middle school.
Okay.
When I can say I started becoming more of a hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
In high school, a friend of mine introduced me to 40K, Warhammer 40,000, by saying, hey, here are some miniatures. Why don't you put these together and paint them up and then let me know? And I said, let you know what? And he said, you'll know what you want to let me know.
You were so innocent back then.
And so I put them together, I painted them up, and then I went to my friend Tom, and I said, hey, Tom, I want to know what's up with this. He goes, all right, let's go to a store. So we went to the first game store where I ever saw all this game stuff at, and I spent a lot of money, but then I also did the whole, I'm not going to eat lunch at school because then that lunch money could buy me more Warhammer stuff. So that's my background.
Priorities.
I have them all straight. But Tony,
yes,
what we were talking about before during our amateur stream was your painting.
Yes, we were talking about that. So for those of us that weren't there present for it, I get most of my enjoyment in this hobby out of the hobbying aspect. The putting together of models, the painting, the basing, and all that stuff. So that's where I throw a lot of my time into. And we brought just a couple of examples at Jolli's request, and we're going to show them off.
This is how professional we are. During the amateur one, I had to send Tony out to go get the models. During the professional stream, we have them here already.
Unprepared, but we're prepared now for you.
All right, so we're going to go to our dice cam, so that way Tony can show this off a little bit better.
Yep. So this was one of my first models.
Let's see. Flip that around. Flipped around.
There we go. This is just your generic jungle titan. Went through, painted it up. And so that's kind of what I got started at. And then at the start of this year, I got thrown into the wide world of miniature wargaming. And so I started painting up those things. And so I started doing things like Iron Man.
There
he is.
You got into it just the right time. If you would have been 10 years earlier, nobody would have known who that figure was. But now everybody knows.
I doubt that. Iron Man 1 came out more than 10 years ago.
Oh, we're getting old, Tony. Or I'm getting old. I don't know.
And then I started painting things like Count Dooku and Magna Guards for Star Wars Legion. Great game. Definitely going to play that at some point. All of that.
Oh, there we go. Look.
Oh, wow. Yep. To do things like special lighting and all that junk.
All right, this next one.
Yes.
This next one.
Yes.
This is a game. Actually, Star Wars Legions we're going to show off, and Marvel Crisis Protocol we're going to show it off in upcoming shows too.
Yes.
But this is going to be the soonest one of the models that you have here.
This one's coming up close.
In 2 weeks we're going to be doing Gaslands, and this is one of the models, one of the Hot Wheels that Tony's going to run during this Gasland games.
So, for the uninitiated, Gaslands is basically Mad Max Fury the game. You buy some Hot Wheels and you race them on a table, and I decided to paint mine up real pretty. It's got guns on it. Great mayhem. And then the last one brought out to show is just one of the ones I'm proud of that I painted recently. It's just a big snake.
Big snake.
It's just a big snake.
You know, with just a lot of detail on it.
It's fine. I strove for realism. I got mixed results.
So Tony, painting models fantastically, having not been playing these games with the models for not even a year yet, right?
No, not even a year yet.
See, Tony, now I will admit we're the opposite of this.
Okay.
I love playing the games. I've been playing them ever since I was 15 or 16, and that's 95% of the game for me. 5% I toss into painting. And for this stream, I'm going to be putting a lot more in the painting because we want painted models for everyone. So
we're going to try our hardest not to have bare plastic on here.
no, we aren't going to have bare plastic on here. What we are going to have is a complete contrast of well painted and the best I have. So we'll go with that.
Now, this isn't to say that everyone needs to put 500% of their effort into doing the hobbying aspect. If you don't get enjoyment out of it, it's perfectly fine to go for the gaming part of it. It's where you get enjoyment. And so we're at just two different sides of a coin, and we're here to kind of do things together because it works that way.
Now, we forgot to introduce two people that we have here today. They're not on camera, but I want to make sure everybody knows they're here. We have Sean and Jade playing the producer station over here.
Hello. Hi.
So they're not on camera. Jade, you're a little shy. You don't want to be on camera, right?
Yes, I'm very shy.
And Sean will be on camera eventually.
Oh yeah.
Because he's on camera all the time, and he's a pretty friendly guy.
Sean has a YouTube channel from what I hear.
Do you have a YouTube channel, Sean?
You want to plug your YouTube channel, Sean?
Well, the Guardtower has a YouTube channel.
Tell us all about
That you
the
host.
Guardtower's
It's
YouTube
called
channel.
Guardtower Game.
Wow!
Just like the Twitch channel.
But it's on
Amazing.
YouTube.
So easy to find if you've already found us on Twitch.
Go subscribe.
Wink. All right. So we've had that plug. We've talked about kind of our origins of gaming and where our
Yes.
priorities lie with those games. So, Tony, I know I'm the one that decided we're going to play the game that we're going to play tonight, but I feel like I can only do so much talking before I turn it over to you. So what game are we playing tonight?
Tonight, we're playing Relicblade. This is an independent game that was developed by Sean Sutton.
Sean Sutter.
Sutter.
It's fine.
I'm good at names.
I'm going to say, Tony's not the one that decided to play the game tonight. I am. So, Sean Sutter, he is a one-man crew that creates this game. I believe he's just recently brought on somebody else to help with the media aspect of it and everything. But if we could get the dice cam here real quick, I would just kind of want to show them a little bit with this rulebook. So this is Relicblade, the rulebook for it. We got a lot of glare here because it's a shiny book. Shiny's nice and new, so you should be happy with that if you get one. But I will be honest, one of the coolest things about it being a one-man crew, and I'm going to go ahead and put it back on there here in a second, is that with one person designing, creating, modeling, all of this stuff, and also putting together and shipping everything out, he has a little bit of opportunity to personalize some stuff. So one of the cool things here is that when you order a rule book from him directly, which is the best way to get the rule books, to be honest, since he's a one-man show, he will draw a personalized picture on your page here. So this is our Guardtower Sean's rule book. So he got this nice knight. It's fine for a human knight, but I'll bring in my rule book sometime and show it off. It's got a shark warrior in it, which is so much better.
Them's fighting words.
Them's
you
our
guys are
fighting
going to need to
words. That's
settle
what
this
I'm
on the
tossing out.
tabletop at some point.
I think at some point we might have to have our Sean on to battle it out, sharks versus humans. But Relicblade is a skirmish game.
Yes.
You use between 3 and typically 5 models. Sometimes you'll go a little higher than 5 models. You won't really ever go lower than 3, though. And it uses a unique system called the action dice system that we'll talk about here in just a second.
Yeah.
But what we have going on, I suppose the best way to introduce it is, let's go to side camera, so that way we can kind of show off what we have as far as teams go, and then we'll go from there. So if you want to put yours
Show off yours
right
and then we'll move
here.
mine
Okay.
in.
So what we've got here, down here, you can see is my entire team. 3 people. And these are Sean's. So we have
You have to do the makeup artist thing.
makeup artist.
Oh, you get
Yeah.
focus.
Perfect.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, beautiful.
See, we're learning our own technology. This is great. This is what
professional.
professionals do. We have a flame bearer here. He's a crazy bearded priest wizard. I'll be using him today. He's pretty fun, and this paint job is very nice, Sean. Good job. I mean that too. Sean has definitely got the hand of painting. How much do you paint, Sean?
3 hours. 3 hours a night.
Sean paints 3 hours a night. And how many models do you think you've painted total in your life?
I don't know. My total,
10.
ridiculous. A ridiculous amount. I have over 20, probably about 20,000 painted Stormcast alone.
Okay, so he has quite a bit painted stuff. Now this is his knight. This is the same knight that would be drawn in that book. So this is this is the questing knight. Once again, really good paint job. And then we have a Warden of Justice. That's going to be the third character I'm running tonight. So the Warden there. Now, I'm going to show off the ones that Tony's going to be running, and then I'm going to kind of give everybody a rundown of how the game plays, so that way if you're watching right now, you'll understand what we're doing here in about 10 minutes. Tony, I'll let you go ahead and step over here and talk about these ones.
So, I've got lizards, specifically iguanas. I've only played this game once, so I can't talk too much
this
about
is the
how
fun
they
part
operate.
is Sean. I mean, Tony's brand new to this, so
I've got Wretched Hive is the faction, or what's the technical term for it?
Wretched Hive. That's the faction.
the technical term is Wretched Hive.
Wretched Hive. You're talking about adversaries?
Yes, adversaries.
That's
The
It's like
alignment.
the big thing that they're a part of, and yes. So I've got lizard in cloak. I've got lizard with 2 swords. And then I've got lizard with spear.
Lizard or stabby stick.
I love lizards, so this is the faction for me.
Now
Painted by
who,
Tyler Mastrelli.
I was about to say, who painted those up?
Yeah.
They're painted by Tyler Mastrelli.
And he's
Good
he's
job,
one,
Tyler.
He's one of the people. He plays at Guardtower West,
Guardtower West.
typically. So Guardtower has 2 locations, east and west. Tony, as he said, works here at east. Sean is out at west a lot, and also, well, I'm bad with names. Sean, one more time.
Tyler.
Tyler also plays at west. So
Thank you very much, Tyler.
Thank
by the
you,
way.
Tyler, and sorry for forgetting your name several times already. But yeah, so Sean and Tyler lent us models tonight to use, so that way we can have some beautifully painted models. Otherwise, we would just have Tony's beautifully painted models and my
I don't have
3
this
color
game,
pieces.
so-
So, all right,
Yeah. Are we gonna dive into gameplay now? Do you think?
we're going to dive a little bit into what you can expect when we play this game,
Okay.
and kind of give you an introduction to it. So that way you know what's going on besides us just pushing our little middlemen around. So, Dice Cam, I think would be best for this. We're having fun with the announcements. All right. So I'm going to hold it up higher. It zooms in, but I didn't label the buttons.
And we don't want to mess with it on stream.
We don't want to
because
mess with it
we're
on stream because we're professionals.
What if you put it on the side cam again?
We can put it on the side cam again. Are
We
we
love
doing
this
that?
side cam. This is
Jade-
a great side cam.
By the way, without Jade, this would all be so much more difficult for us.
I'm just a pretty face on
All right,
here.
so here we are. So this is the stat card for what we're playing. This is my Warden of Justice, and this tells me everything that the Warden can do. We have 3 numbers on the side here. We have our action dice, our speed, and our armor. The action dice are basically going to be how many actions you could do per turn. So this guy can do up to 4 things every time he activates. So whenever I use him, he has 4 of these dice that he can spend to do things like move, attack, interact with features in the scenario, different things like that. If I move, he can move 3 inches at a time if each time he moves. So now I can move any number of times I want. So I could move up to 4 times at 3 inches each. This last one is armor, and that's going to be just to help me survive getting hit by Tony's lizards. Down here we have abilities, and these abilities will either be free to use or have dice attached to them. And the number of dice it shows here is what I have to roll in dice, and also how many dice it takes to use that action. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what we're looking at as far as Relicblade goes. Sean, you've played this game more than us. Do you have anything to add to the description?
No,
Nice.
that's good.
All right, I wanted to keep it brief because I think everybody's going to enjoy us playing and rolling dice.
Kind of one of the best ways to learn when you're watching is to see it happen.
Yeah. So what we've got going on here is we are going to play a scenario. Now, Relicblade is a very scenario and narrative-driven game. You'll get some games that are more about just sitting down, putting together a competitive list and playing. That's a lot of times what you'll see at tournaments.
Yep.
Relicblade, my opinion of it is, it's an amazing game. It's probably not a very good tournament game because it's got some dice rolling mechanics to it that are very fun, but not necessarily balanced in a competitive sense. And
that's fine. Not
that's
everybody
fine.
needs to play
Yeah.
at a competitive sense.
I don't have any issue with that, but I just want to make that known. And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
You might have some people who would love to play a tournament of this. So with that in mind, the great thing about this is the campaigns that Sean Sutter has set up and also the scenarios. So the scenarios are pretty awesome. The first scenario that we're going to play involves our friend, side camera. Oh, there we go.
A yak.
The yak.
He's a cute yak.
This is the yak that we are going to try to steal stuff from. He's got little treasures all over him.
I'm going to take that yak's stuff.
We're going to try to steal them. We're going to try to get him to come to us, so that way we don't have to run as far to steal him. And we're just generally going to try to get stuff off this yak.
We lovingly call this scenario Yak Jack.
The yak
I
jack.
love that.
Try to
That's
yak-
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, all right. So we've got to make an emoji called the yak jack. I feel like that's got to be one of the first emojis that we do.
If you have ideas for any emojis for Table Ready, let us know, dear viewer, because this is our first episode. We don't know what our funny things are yet.
This is actually our third episode.
Well, yes.
This is our third episode.
We are professionals.
This is our first professional episode, but we had 2 amateur ones before this. But yeah, like what Tony said, that's a good point. Let us know what aspects or what one-liners or whatever you've seen in the show or will see in the show you like, because we want to get some emojis and some stuff for the viewers to enjoy.
If you like the content, please make sure you hit the follow button. Every time we go live, you'll get a notification, and you can come in and just hang out with us for a few hours, play some skirmish games. Have a good time.
That's why we have Tony on the show, because he remembers that stuff. I would have talked for 2 more hours and forgot to have plugged that. But, all right.
Professionals.
So we're playing Yak Jack, or if you buy the Relicblade rulebook, it's called Pack Yak Passing, which is tough to say.
It's worse.
Say
I
it,
like
say it.
Yak Jack.
Say it.
Pack Yak Passing. That's
Okay.
a tongue twister.
He's better at that than I am.
You notice I took a second to process it before I said
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah, I see.
You need to take that moment.
You like to process stuff before you
breathe.
say it? Our gameplay is going to be so much different. You're going to be like, let me think about this for a minute. I'm going to be like, push forward, roll dice.
hit things.
Hit thing.
Move in. All right.
All right. So the way this works, we're going to go to side camera at the moment, so that way we can get a better view of the board. The yak, this is our board. So we'll be playing from about here. There's a little bit of board below it, but we're going to be playing from about here to about here. So we're not using the whole board. We're just using part of it, because Relicblade typically plays on a 2-foot by 2-foot board. We've got a larger one here just because we like to cover our play space more than show you blank play space. So, but that's going to be the area that we're going to play in. Now the yak is pretty much in the center of the board. That's where he's going to be. We're going to deploy down here and up here, and we're going to try to get to that yak so that way we can steal treasures off of it. Now, there will be 2 other treasures on the board.
Ooh. Okay.
And what these are, Tony, these are called yak snacks. It's part of the rules.
Okay.
Because the way this works is there's a standard setup for the type of mission that it is. And this type of mission typically has 1 treasure in the center, but for this particular scenario, it's being replaced with the yak. And then each of us will place 1 more on the board.
And I get to choose where to place this.
You'll get to choose where you place it. I believe...
So I should probably strategize where to place it.
The big thing is, You got to place it more than 6 inches from a board edge and
Okay.
6 inches from another treasure, which is going to be the yak or another one of these.
Okay, so real quick, can you show me where my edge of the board is and I'll mark it out?
Yep, we're going to say it's right there.
Okay, I'm going to use some dice right now to show me. There are some pre-marked lines, so I'll use those to go off of. You can't see it probably on the stream, but...
And mine's going to be right here. As you see, some scientific measuring right there.
Professionals.
Professionals. So you can't see my dice, but I see them. So that way I know where I'm lining up. I didn't cut. I think I actually gave Tony a little bit closer to the yak than I am, but that's fine. I like a challenge. All right, Tony.
Yes.
Do you want to know what the yak snacks do, or you just want to find out when you find out?
I want to find out when I find out.
All right.
I'm just going to go to the yak snacks
Surprise me.
from the pack
Surprise me with the yak snack.
that we're trying
All right.
to jack the snacks from.
Yak snack that we're trying to
Jack from the pack yak.
That was much better than what I was about ready to say. I had to slow down because I almost said something that's what would have been sounded maybe not appropriate for the stream. But all right, Tony, place yours first since you said this better than I did.
Okay, 6 inches away from the edge.
Yep.
6 inches away from the pack yak we're trying to jack the yak snacks from.
Man, I'm still processing that, so yes.
Now, okay, so this comes with some very nice rulers. Which edge is 6 inches?
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see the notches
Yep.
now. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so two-way, there's 8 on it.
We're going to be using these handy devices here, which is an 8-inch measuring device.
All right, I'm going to place my first yak snack.
Your only yak snack.
My only.
We each will only be placing
I'm technically
one.
correct because it is my first. I'm going to place it behind this wall here, and it is more than 6 away from the edge, and it is more than 6 away from the yak.
All right, I'm going to put mine right there.
Right here.
Right there. I believe you.
Well, for the viewers at home, sir, I'm a professional.
I'm a professional. Mine's going to be right here where you could actually see it, because I like you to be able to see what I'm doing.
Okay, I'll move mine. There we go.
All right.
All about you, Tony.
I want to win.
He wants to win,
This
but
game
he
I
wants.
played a skirmish,
but-
like half game of.
Okay, so the way it'll work is when you're within half an inch of
Okay.
the yak snack, you can spend an action to pick it up. And since you want to know what it does when it happens, I'll tell you what the yak snack will do after you pick it up.
I'm gonna pick up them snacks.
Now, here's the other thing that will end up happening. Normally, for this one, we divide our group, our warband of figures, up into 2 groups.
Okay.
You would pick one of mine to go on the board. I would pick one of yours to go on the board. Now, keep in mind, we're not playing with full warbands at the moment. We kind of got like little demo warbands going.
This is a pre-selected team we're using.
A pre-selected team that we're using doesn't
Okay.
come to 100 points, which 100 points is normally the minimum. So normally you have 4 or more guys.
So I'm still not playing a full game of Relicblade.
Still not playing a full game of Relicblade yet.
I cry every time.
But what we're going to do is you're still going to pick one of your models that's not going to be on the board yet.
Okay.
The reason we're not going to go by normal rules is my groups, I would say 2 and 1, and you would say 2 and 1. And if I was really spiteful, never towards Tony, I would say your one guy starts on the board and the other ones can come on later. And then I would
And
start.
because I'm so generous, I would let you start with 2 on the board.
And that's why he's foolish, generous. But so we'll start with 2 on the board. So pick 2 that you want to start on the board.
Okay, well, this one says he's an assassin lizard, and they're sneaky and shadowy, so he's going to start off the board.
Okay.
And he's going to pop on later.
And I'm going to Questy Knight's going to stop off the board because he's busy questing and he'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Now
He's hungry for some snacks.
Now your other 2,
from the pack yak.
you will start within 4 inches of your edge.
Okay. So I could start over here.
Yep.
I could start over here.
Typically, it's going to be, for this scenario, the way it's supposed to be is it'd be within 4 inches of the center of your board edge.
Okay, 4 inches of that.
So we'll go with that.
So I'm going to start with my poacher, which is the spear boy.
Stabby stick man, lizard man.
And 4 inches is a short edge, which is really convenient. And he's going for that snack. He's gonna go right there. He's gonna go for the first yak snack from the pack yak
All right.
that we're trying to jack.
And then your other. Then
And
your
my other?
Your,
Both?
And your other.
Okay, the other one's a witch, and from what I know about spellcasters and what I kind of figured out,
She wants to be on the front line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in the back line, and I'm not going to line them up for a perfect shot yet.
Well, I mean, my flame, Tony learned one thing from last time we played, it seems. Don't line your guys up because there's a thing called a beam attack.
Beam attacks are bad. Don't be in a line.
Beam attacks are amazing as long as you're not on the receiving end. All right, I'm going to do the same thing.
Not a good time.
I'm setting up right here, side cam view, because we'll be able to see. So right here, my crazy priest is going to be up in the fray, flame bearer wizard, and the warden of justice is going to be next to him. They both are going to be right up there. So that's the very edge of where I can deploy them.
So now that we've deployed, do I need these?
No, you won't need those so much, because if you want to run away, I'm going to let you run away as far as you want to go.
I'm going to go. Flee. Iron Man shall save me.
All right, so Tony.
Yes.
Win condition. I am going to let you know the win condition now, so that way you
do-
can play towards the win condition.
I appreciate that.
We're trying to loot stuff off of the yak, because this yak has a lot of great stuff on its pack. So in order to jack something from the yak, what we're going to do is have to give 1/2 inch of the yak in its pack. After that, we roll a dice. On a 5 or better, you jack something from the yak pack.
Can you attack the yak pack?
You can.
Okay, so
Well, actually, no, sorry.
I can't attack the yak pack.
We
I
cannot.
can only jack the snacks from the pack of the yak.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly it. Didn't quite work, but it was close enough. All right. So yes. Now here's the kicker. At the end of each round, the yak will move 5 inches towards a random corner.
How do we determine what corner?
We have these handy little cubes called dice that we will use.
But the dice has 6 sides, and there are 4 corners.
We're going to ignore the 5 and the 6.
Wow.
And re-roll it, because we're thinkers.
Huh. Okay.
That was supposed to be a dramatic, quiet silence, Tony.
We don't
Demoted to
communicate.
amateur.
We don't communicate. We're professionals.
But yeah, so the yak will start moving around. Now, after you pick up the yak snack, I will tell you there is something that the yak snack is used for.
Can I eat the yak snack?
You can, but it won't do you any good.
Okay.
But there is something else you can do with the yak snack. As soon as you pick it up, I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do
So we've got our scenario. We've got our win. Oh, I didn't even explain the rest of the win condition. I got caught up in my Dr. Seuss rhymes and everything.
So what I know so
All right.
far is you can go 1/2 inch of the yak, of the pack yak,
Yep.
and you can jack the snacks off of the pack yak in a 1/2 inch. That's
Yes.
all I know.
So
As an action.
within 1/2 inch for an action, roll 5 up, you jack a snack. After you jack a snack from the yak pack, then it's worth 1 victory point.
Okay.
First person to, and you can only do that once during an activation.
That is good to know. Otherwise, I was going to attempt to jack
Yeah.
6 snacks.
So, first person to 5 victory points wins.
Immediate?
Immediate win.
Okay.
Or at the end of round 5, whoever has the most victory points.
Gotcha.
All right. So now we have the roll-off phase.
The roll-off phase.
Really simple.
I'm good at rolling dice.
Oh, mine is going to be.
Go ahead and give it a test roll.
I could see. Can we see it?
That's terrible. Oh no, I'm doomed.
It went into the one spot that.
He's got the glass one.
So here, we're going to do this. That. Oh no! It only goes one way. It only goes one way.
That's fine. We're good.
Can we read that? We can read that.
we can
All right.
totally read that.
So this glass one is mine.
You just rolled 2 6s. I'm doomed.
I'm getting all my 6s out of the way. Tony, how many can I roll?
So you're only once from now on.
Roll yours so
you're-
they can
you're the
see
clear,
what.
And I'm the cream.
And he's the cream. Can we tell those apart well enough?
No, but we'll all live.
We'll all live for tonight, and next time I'll make Tony get.
I'll get better dice.
All right. So roll off.
Okay.
That was our test run. We're going to roll off. Tony's rolling first. With
No.
a 1. I'm rolling second with a 2.
You beat me.
See, I'm not going to roll 6s all night, Tony. I'm just going to roll just well enough to beat you.
Just well enough.
All right. So what that means, I won the roll off, so I get to activate the first model. With Relicblade being a skirmish game, it's I activate a model, he activates a model, and we go back and forth until we've activated all models. When I activate a model, I will be able to spend all of the action dice on that model to perform actions. Once I pass, any action dice still on the model are basically lost. So, I'm going to activate first model, and looking at my 2 fighters, my flame bearer has 6 action dice, and my Warden of Justice has 4. Now, Warden of Justice moves slightly further for each movement, but my Flame Bearer just does a lot more.
Yeah.
But I'm
Send
going
him to the front line.
So I'm going to start off with my Flame Bearer. So Flame Bearer is activating. So right down here, Flame Bearer, he's going to activate. He is going to spend action dice until he gets within a ½ inch of the yak snack right here. So I have 6 total I can spend. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a 4th one to get up there next to the yak snack. So now I've used 4 of my 6 actions or action dice to move. 2 inches per move because that's his move. And I'm going to spend my 5th one to pick up the yak snack, which I get to pick up. And now I have a yak snack. I know what it does. I'm going to wait till you pick yours up to tell you what it does.
Okay.
Now that's 5 of my 6 actions. I have 1 more. And with that 1 left, I'm just going to continue to move towards the yak. Right
Trying
there.
to get into some cover behind those barrels.
A little bit of cover behind the barrels
We'll
and
see.
stuff,
We'll see.
just in case something happens.
Okay.
Probably is not going to save me too much, but that's my first activation. So now, Tony, it's your
My
go.
activation. Let's see here. I could activate my witch, or I could activate my poacher, which is the spear boy. What to do? What to do? Let's see. One of them has a range 10 attack, which would be this plus a little bit more.
Plus 2 more.
So I could do this. Rotate. It's a bit far away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my poacher.
So
He's got
Stabby Stick Lizard.
4 action dice. He has a movement of 3.
All right, so point it out so that way people can see which one it is.
This one is my poacher. My yak snack that I deployed is right here. So the first one is going to be to go right to the snack. I'm going to spend 1 action to pick up the snack.
All right.
What can I do with this snack?
So the way the snack works, Tony, and I gave up a little bit by waiting until you picked up to tell you what it does, because I could have done the same thing. But what it does is you can basically spend it as an action. It's gone, but then the yak will move 5 inches towards that model.
Oh, so
you
I
can
could bring
use
it to me.
Now you can use it now, but then it's going to be gone, or you can try
gonna
to save
save
it
it.
for later.
Yeah, I'm going to save it.
So it's that model that has it. So my Flame Bearer has the yak snack, your
And
poacher
my
has the
poacher
yak.
has my yak snack. Okay, so that was 2 of my actions. I've got 2 more. This guy moves pretty fast. He's got 3 inches of movement. I don't know if I'm going to quite be able to get to that whole 10. I don't think so. So I should probably put him behind some cover for
You should
now.
probably leave him out in the open. Well, my Warden of Justice doesn't have a range attack, so you can put him right out in the open.
I
That's
can
fine.
do whatever I want. Okay.
Unless he wants to roll off and the Flame Bearer does.
It comes.
Sean.
This is fine. What a time it is to be alive. Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to run over here.
Oh, now, Tony, to let you know,
Yes.
I know you've played this a whole 1.5 times, so you remember every rule. But just to remind you, if you have an extra action left, you can use a dodge action, which will
Yes.
let you spend it when you're attacked to add an extra dice to your defense, which we'll explain to everybody else here in a little bit.
I would like to dodge.
All right, so dodge. There you are.
Wow.
So single dodge.
And I've placed that right there to show
Yep.
that my poacher is dodging.
So the poacher is hiding like a coward behind this building and dodging. Boom.
Tactics.
Right there, tactics. All right, my go again. It's my Warden of Justice. Now he has 4 action dice like your poacher, and he moves 3 inches like your poacher. And I want him to get up there so he can move 12 total if he uses all of them, right?
This is true.
So we're going to start by moving him 3 times for 9 to get him up to the Flame Bearer. And then we are going to do the same dodge, but we're more heroic because we're out in the open dodging. And there we go. That's my Warden.
Okay. So everybody, it's time for me to activate, and the last one I have is the Witch, which I called the Hooded Lizard. It has a range of 8, which is very neat in just that. I could start doing some stuff, but I don't think I will yet. All right, he has a movement of 2.
She's slow, but she's skilled.
I'm going to use 4 of my dice to move 8 ahead.
All right. I got you, Tony. See, look at this teamwork.
Running over there.
Help my enemy move his model. What more can you ask for? Friendship game.
We're going to move one more time for the
Behind some barrels.
behind some barrels, and then the dodges go away at the end of the round, right?
They go away again once you activate the model again.
So I will then dodge.
So Sean Sutter thought of this brilliant thing because a lot of games will say at the end of the round remove all of your buffs. He said no, when your model activates again, remove all your buffs, which I love. Makes me activating last or Tony activating last of a model, that dodge token still matters.
So this is the end of the round.
End of round.
We've played a whole round.
We've played
And
1/5 of our game for you. Are you impressed with our non-combat maneuvering so far?
Things
right.
are going to get more interesting.
Things will get more interesting, we promise. So what we have now is the yak, the pack yak, will now move 5 inches towards a random corner. So we have corner 1.
1.
So 1,
Over there.
2, 3, 4. And 5 or 6 where we roll, because that's how we roll.
All right, ready?
Yep. Roll us millions of 6s.
1.
So it's going to move towards this corner, which is a very good corner.
I don't like that corner.
So directly towards that corner.
It moves 5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's
5.
a very speedy yak.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at him. He's running right over there. I love it. Come on, pack yak.
I'm going to jack those snacks.
Let's see. Trying to think of what we can name the Jack Yak. Well, it's been
pack
named Jack Yak.
No.
The scenario is Jack Yak.
Is yak jack.
Jack Yak. Yak Jack. Jack Yak?
Attack the pack yak and jack his snacks.
Yes. While enjoying a box of cereal smacks. The one with the
You
frog.
could have said Apple Jacks and you were. Oh.
Oh, but I like smacks now. Okay, roll off time again.
Roll off.
Tony, rolling first. Give me that 2 and I'll give you a 3. Or a 1 and a 2. Look at that, calling my barely winning die.
I'm so sad.
That's how I like to roll.
I'm just going to act responsively. It's fine.
All right, so here we are. I'm going to activate the Warden, which means I do lose my dodge token.
Real quick, I have a question. Are those models we took off at the beginning, are they done forever or what happens? to them?
Tony, you're brilliant. It reminded me of these things when I just want to do stuff. These models now, before we actually activate anything, the Questing Knight and the Assassin, we do get to place them on the board, which I almost forgot about.
Oh,
Who's teaching who? I'm proud of you, Tony. I'm proud of you.
professionals. I didn't even know that was a thing.
So here's how it'll go. They come in within 4 inches of a corner. Since I won the roll, I would technically choose first.
Would you like to?
I will. Now, I could go this one, but then I've already got people already there. I want to pressure you some, so I'm going to steal this corner.
Can I not deploy in that corner?
Nope. You
Okay.
cannot deploy in an already chosen corner. And I think the corner was probably about right here. Right?
The edge of the board was right here.
Okay. So within 4 inches of there,
So for now, he's over here.
I'm moving Tony's cards because I'm liking to. I'm going to put the Questing Knight
He's
right
right
there.
there.
Questing Knight right over here.
I've been inconvenienced.
I'm going to inconvenience Tony. If I was thinking more, I would have put the Flame Bearer in reserve so that way he could come back and really scare you with his beam attack.
This is my first full game, Jolly.
No, this isn't a full game yet. I can still terrorize you.
Not even a full game. All right, I'm gonna. Okay.
Oh yeah, relics.
Oh, no.
When we're playing for relics and stuff.
I'm gonna support my guys from the rear.
Okay.
'Cause I feel surrounded and terrified, so I'm gonna put my assassin back here.
All right. So, thanks to Tony, remember to put out more of our models so that way more stuff could happen. Because I was ready to just jump into it and start yak jacking. Yep. So, all right, back to activating. I'm going to activate my Warden, which is right here. Since I'm activating him, he loses his dodge token, so that's gone at the moment. Got no use out of it, but that's fine. He has 4 action dice still because he's not affected by anything that would change that. So his first movement is going to be 3. He's going to move 3 to the yak, and he's going to attempt to jack. So, dice cam. Oh no!
Holding, please.
Holding. There we go. All right, so I need a 5 or better to pull a treasure from the yak and to get a victory point.
That's pretty good.
There we are, 6. Tony,
A successful jack.
look at all these 6s and 2s I'm rolling. So I get a victory point. I'm going to grab one of these. So I have a yak treasure. I pilfered it and it actually is called a yak treasure. So, here's the other thing. You have to be unengaged. So
nobody within half inch?
nobody within a half inch of
Okay.
you in order to do it. So if we're fighting around the yak's not going to give up any of its treasures. It wants to feel loved and courted before it gives up a treasure. All right, so I've got 2 left because I used 1 to move. I used 1 to pilfer. And I've got 2 more left. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 3 inches to here just to kind of block you off to make it tougher for you to get to the yak. You have to come engage me.
I see.
And I'm going to
Take
use
a
the last
dodge.
one for a dodge.
Okay. Alrighty. And so now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn.
Before I go, Madam Producer, do we have any comments or anything? Any interactions?
User Tony's mom is spitting straight fire in the chat. It's quote, Mac the Black Yak with sacks of stuff and snacks on his or her back that will be Jack. So thank you, Tony's mom.
There we go.
And I've always wanted to say this, now that we're live on the internet. Hi, Mom. Alrighty. So it's my turn. I'm going to activate the Poacher. Because the Poacher has your knight coming in on the back here.
Yep.
So Poacher has 4 action dice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crack his yak snack.
Okay. I like that. Crack the yak snack. And you're moving the yak 5 inches towards you. So directly towards you. Move around, and it'll be right there.
Beautiful.
So
Was that an action to do so?
That was an action to use the snack.
Okay. So I've got 3 more things to do. He moves
But
3 inches at it.
now
Whoop.
the yak is reachable.
The yak is very reachable. He's activating. His dodge is gone. Movement of 3. We go 1. And we go 2.
Ooh, that looks like that gets you there. I'm going to say you're there.
All right.
'Cause
And
I want to see you roll that another one.
And I'm going to go in and I'm going to
Try to jack a yak snack?
Yep.
Got this, Tony.
No!
4.
No.
It's not a 1,
It's not a 1.
but it's not a 5 or
It
6.
was not as successful.
It's all right. You reposition the yak. That's good.
Yes. And now I'm open to attack, which is fine.
Uh-huh.
Go
All
ahead and
right.
take your turn.
So my go. I've got Questing Knight. I don't have to worry about the yak moving anymore at the moment because you've already cracked your yak snack. Questing Knight's going to start running up on. Questing Knight,
This guy.
once again, 4 action dice, 3 movement, and we're going to use it all to try to get up there and reposition. So 3 to move 9, and another one to move another 3. We're just going to start closing in. So exciting. There we
Very.
go.
More movement, no combat.
That's what we're all about, movement and no combat. And suddenly we wonder 6 weeks later why we have no viewers. Well, not true. Tony's mom, thank you.
We have Tony's mom.
I
Okay.
have a feeling, please let me know if this bothers you, Tony mom, but I have a feeling Tony's mom is going to become an emoji. We're actually, maybe we give her her own emoji. that
She's
she
going to
can
become a
use.
moderator.
Ooh.
She's not going to know what to do with it, but she's going to be one. Okay, so I'm going to go with the witch. I'm going to try to put some debuffs on your caster.
Okay. All right.
So I've got 6 action dice, and I need to get within 8 of you, so I need to get right on the other side of this rubble pile.
Rubble pile. There we go. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know that your dad is feeling left out.
Oh no, Dad, I'm sorry. I failed you. I love you, Dad.
Well, it's too late now, Tony.
I'm gonna take a drink of my non-sponsored cherry soda.
Man, Look at Tony failing. By the way, even though
Hi, Dad.
even though I don't know if anybody's watching, I want to say, Mom, Dad, I
forgot
love
you both
equally.
made an account. What?
I was just telling my mom and dad I love them equally.
I apologize, Dad. I forgot you made an account, even though we've been texting. It's fine.
And he's not going to tell you this, but we saw that you had an account earlier during one of the amateur streams. So, Tony, how dare you?
I am blushing. Professionals. All right, I need to be on the other side of this rubble pile.
Yep. Which you should be able to get there.
So, going around small terrain, can I hop over or can I go around?
If it's less than an inch, it doesn't really do anything. Which it's less than an inch, so you can just kind of move over it. If it's more than an inch, you have to do a climb action.
I'm sorry, Dad.
So while Tony's moving, you can also climb in this game, and climbing's a little bit difficult. I don't think we're probably not going to get to climb in this game, but if we do, you have to roll a dice, and you have to get above a 1 or a 4 a lot of times, Tony. So climbing might not work for you.
Climbing is hard. So I'm now in range, and I've
Okay.
got 4 action dice to do things.
Ooh, this is it. This is first attack of the game.
So I'm going to first try to get a nausea attack on you. I need to take and roll a 3-up, and if it's successful, actions are +1 difficulty during that character's next activation.
So I would have to use. Okay, so it'd be a 6 to get a yak treasure then.
And
Yeah.
I think I'm going to focus this.
Okay, so you get 2
I
dice.
really want this to go off.
All right. So focus is going to be you spend one of your other action dice to basically add that to your roll. So normally, Tony's. Let's go side camera real quick so I can kind of show what's going on. Normally. Oh, there we go. Normally, Tony's doing this one. It pictures 1 dice with a 3 on it. So normally he would use 1 action dice. He would roll that 1 action dice and he would need a 3 or up. Pretty good odds, unless you're Tony and you like 1s. So that's why he is spending another one of his 6 action dice to add it to this. So he will roll 2 dice and he just needs a 3 or up total on those 2 dice.
Is a 1 in a lot of chance that I'm not going to pull this off.
You can only focus once.
You
Yeah.
can only focus once per turn. Most things besides movement and some attacks, you can only do once.
All right, here we go.
You got it?
Okay, I'm very glad that I focused that. It's a 3 and a 2.
All right, so then I have like a curse on me, right?
Yes, you are nauseated.
I'm nauseated. We have this nice little dead pig token. I don't think you can see it.
You have to do the makeup.
Just wait until we
There
break
we go.
out into ASMR.
That's going to be our nausea token. So that way, the flame bearer is nauseous.
Okay.
Nauseous. Sick to your stomach.
Question for you, my friend. What is a dire attack?
Dire is if you hit me with that attack and knock me down, take away all my hit points. If I fail my next revive roll,
You're out?
I'm out.
Okay, it's one of those. I got you.
So we'll get to it here in a bit. But when heroes in this game go down, they're not necessarily out. They have a chance to come back. And they'll stay kind of incapacitated on the ground until either you bring them back with a roll of a 6 during the revive phase, or if somebody coup de grace them by attacking them again. That attack, dire, it has a special keyword on it called dire. It means that if he knocks me down, takes me out with that attack, I get 1 chance to roll a 6, and then I'm just gone.
Yep. So I'm going to hold off on doing that because I would spend both of my remaining action dice. And instead, I'm going to try to hit you with the Witchfire,
Okay.
and then after that, I will be dodging.
What fire?
Witchfire.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Which one?
Witchfire.
Which fire?
Actually, that's incorrect. That would be the which one is the Witchfire.
Yep. Wait.
Incorrect in pronunciations.
All right, Tony.
All right, here we go. I need
Witchfire.
to roll a 4 or better to get this success.
4 or better.
That is not a 4.
That's the Tony I know.
All right, and then my final action will be to dodge.
Did a dodge. All right. So Tony nauseated me. I then failed to do any more damage, but the nauseating is good. It means means my difficulty of anything I roll. So the number I have to roll is 1 higher. So if I try to take something from the yak, I'll have to roll a 6 instead of 5 or 6.
If you try to jack the snacks from the yak, you might lack.
I might, yeah. That's all right. That was a good try. We're running out of words to rhyme with them, so.
I don't think I am.
You're not?
No.
All right, Tony's got plenty more. And that'll also make my attacks more difficult if I attack him, which, spoiler, I'm going to attack him. Are we ready for this, Tony? Flame Bearer has a Mark of the Flame attack.
Yep.
That is a 10-inch range.
I'm in that range.
You're within the 8-inch range ruler, which means you're within 10. All right, so normally it takes 2 of my 6 action dice. So 4 action dice takes 2 of them, and I will need a 7 or better. But since I'm nauseated, I will need an 8 or better, which means I'm going to go ahead and focus it.
That's a good idea.
So I need an 8 or better on 3 dice. And if I hit, then we'll be able to see how damage and armor works.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I didn't even need it.
Oh,
look
my.
at this.
Okay.
Look at these loaded dice that Tony gave me. The sad news for me is I didn't get a crit because I didn't get 2 matching dice, which would be the same as... the way crits work in this game, if you roll a dice and it is the exact number that the dice show in the card, so in Tony's case, if he would have rolled a 3, a 4 on his 1 dice, or if he focused it and rolled a 4 on one of those dice, you would have a crit, which adds 2 to the damage, potential damage.
Yep.
In my case, my 2 dice that it showed was a 3 and a 4, so I needed exactly 1 dice to be a 4, 1 to be a 3 in order to get a crit. But I rolled a 4, 5, or 6, so I just hit really well, but not critically well. Yep.
So when you roll 3 dice, if you roll, you need at least 2 4s and 2 3s. You get a 4 3, the other dice has to be a 3 or a 4 2.
Oh, does it? When you roll like that? Okay.
Oh.
I was unaware of that.
Oh.
I believe.
Okay.
Judge, can we fact check this?
Yeah, you want to fact check it, yeah. I'm sure someone will let me know.
All right. So,
Mom, you know the rules, right?
But I hit.
Dad, fact check. Thank
All
you.
right. So I hit, and it's a +4, which means I'm going to roll a d6 and add 4 to it, and then Tony's going to roll a d6 and add his armor to it. What's your poacher's armor?
The poacher's armor is 1. All of my armor is 1.
All right. So I'm rolling this +4. So I've got a 7 total.
I need a nat 6.
This is a good time to roll that 6, Tony. Do it.
Whoa!
See, I shouldn't have told him
Get
to do
wrecked.
it. Yep. So
You tried to smack me.
So Tony blocked
And
all
you
the
did
damage.
not. Your attack lacked.
Hey, it's just because I told it to roll a 6. If we've noticed anything, when I say something's going to roll, here, that's fine. 4.
You tried. You tried.
I
so
can't help
hard.
but roll 6s.
Oh, okay.
All right,
So it failed.
So that was
My armor saved me.
1, 2, 3
For the focus.
for the focus, 2 for attack, 1. So I got 3 left. I also have Fires of Teoth, so I'll have to move forward a little bit for that because it's only a range 6. So I'm going to go ahead and use 4 faction dice to move forward 2, and now
Yeah, you're there.
you're within 6. So I'm going to hit you with my other attack, Fires of Teoth. It's a beam, doesn't matter in this case.
Because I didn't do the stupid thing and line myself up for you.
I know. You learned last time. And I would normally need a 7 again, but now I need an 8 because I'm still nauseated.
Are you sure you don't want to crack that snack?
I can't get close to... Oh, no, I don't want to crack the snack. Well, let's see. Who's going? Your poacher's going, and your... only your assassin has to go now.
My assassin has not gone.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Your assassin's not getting within half an inch of this yak, the jackass treasures.
Okay.
I'm not worried about...
But what if
popping
the yak
snack
comes
yet.
closer to me? I'm just saying.
Well, then
I'm just
then
saying.
I'll have my snack to bring it back.
The snack that brings it back. Yak snacks.
We're gonna get sued for copyright.
All right, I need an 8 or better. A 10 will do.
A 10 will do.
We hit.
That was with your +1 difficulty.
That was
correct?
with my +1 difficulty.
Okay, you
You
hit.
know, even if it wouldn't have been a 9 and a 10 would still do.
Mm-hmm.
+3 is the damage.
Okay.
So
6 total. So a 5 or 6 will block.
5 or 6 will block.
Hey!
We love to do nothing during our games.
What do you do when death comes knocking on your door? You say, not today.
Not today. That's all right. 1 yak treasure is what I still have from last round. All right.
You are winning.
And
Yeah.
that's it for him. Nausea token's gone.
Nausea is gone, and now I have my assassin, who's way over here. Let's see. His only ranged attack is a dagger, which is 6. So I'm not going to get in range this turn.
Nope.
I'm reading his card for the first time here, so you'll excuse
He
me.
can move. He's the fastest one out of all of us.
He's a 3 movement. My poacher is the same.
But 5 action
Okay,
dice.
so he could get farther.
So he could get 15 inches instead of 12. He a quick boy.
He is a very quick boy. Okay.
Break
Let's see. 3, 6.
Do you like how I read that out loud?
15. This isn't supposed to be here.
Well, eventually, I'll learn how this thing works when I'm right here in front. Side camera. So Tony ran over to that side to move his assassin, who's right covered up behind there.
I didn't want to reach across the whole
He's going to
table.
run him up even further to try to get him into the game before the game ends.
So I'm going to use 3 of him as a movement to move him up 9. Whoop.
So he has 5 action dice, and 5 action dice, 3 movement per action, so he can move a total of 15 if that's what Tony decides to do, which is really fast compared to the rest of the models, which can move a maximum of 12.
And then I'm just gonna straight run him into things, and I'm gonna put him behind here.
All right, so Tony's assassin went from where you can't see him over to where you can't see him.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
The front
he's
cam
very
will show him off
assassin-like.
very nicely.
that's a lie.
Well, he's right here. He's right there.
All right, so what we have is the end of round 2. Before we end round 2, though,
The yak needs to move.
the yak needs to move. Tony, you want to roll again?
No.
You're sick of rolling ones?
We'll
and sending them
use the
towards my
same
corner?
count, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
And 5 or 6 are rolls. Want to roll 5 and make us stand here for a couple seconds longer. Nope, a 2.
2.
Over that corner. So 5 inches directly towards that corner, which will make things more interesting.
He sees my assassin and says, I know you're there. I'm coming
Yak
for you.
hiding right here. All right, end of round 2. And I've been told and read out loud from my producer that we are going to a 5-minute break. So we will see you in 5. And thank you all for watching. Hello, and we're back to Table Ready.
Yeah.
I'm still Jolly.
And I'm still Tony, child of my parents as far as I know, remains to be seen.
Well, your mom still loves you. Your dad's probably disowned you at this point.
Yeah, he's picked you up.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
All right, and we are still playing Relicblade. So if you were here before, we were trying to jack treasures from a yak named Mac. Tony's mom, I believe, named him Mac, right?
Yep, Mac the Black Yak.
That's what it is, Mac the Black Yak. And so far, I am up. I have jacked one treasure from Mac, and we are starting on round 3 of possible 5 rounds. So we are on to the initiative roll.
Yep. I am prepared to roll another 1.
You do that, and I'll roll another 2. So go for it.
Not
6.
today!
A 6. So I got to match this.
You
so
got to
that way
match
we
it
roll.
for a reroll. And you throw it out of the pit.
It bounced. It bounced. Oh, there we are. So Tony, you get to activate first because I rolled the 1.
Now, do I get to activate first, or do I get to choose to activate first?
If you don't want to activate first, you can take an extra revive roll for everybody that's not down.
Yeah, okay. I will activate then.
Okay.
Um,
We're in there.
He
You
is.
can do stuff.
He's quite central.
So the question is, do you want to try to...
It's probably I should activate my poacher, as he's in a precariously open position. This guy's my poacher, and he's just out not doing much.
Sharp stick lizard.
Yes, I can engage some people.
You can. You can come ask me to marry you.
Now, I'm thinking about that now.
You see how Tony plays his games? Thinking and strategy. What I do is I like to run towards stuff and steal from yaks and hit people in the back.
Okay, so if I want to be engaged, I need to be within
Half an inch.
half an inch.
Yep.
Okay.
But if you have something that says
Or range 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Or range 1. Yep.
So in order to get within half an inch, I need to get pretty close to you. How close would I need to get? I'd probably need to take 3 of my movement to get there.
1, 2, 3. Yes. 2 of your movement.
2
'cause
of
you
my
move
movement?
3. You're 6 inches away, so you would have to
I
move.
think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to just come run up and start stabbing you.
All right. Look at this. More help to put you within half an inch of him. Is that where you want to be?
Yes.
All right. So the poacher, the sharp stick lizard, ran up to my flame bearer right here, and I think he's going to start causing trouble.
I'm going to make a javelin attack at you.
You're supposed to do this from far away, Tony.
Do
Do you want to focus it?
I think. Let's see. Is there any benefit to being engaged and having other people attack me, or can you just straight attack me?
I believe you can just straight attack him, right? Yeah. Anybody's within range of. Now, here's the things to consider, Tony, since you're the tactical person. Nope, nobody's down. Since you have what, 2 action dice left? Mm-hmm. You can focus your attack, or you could try attacking and save one for dodge when the retaliation happens.
Quick question. Could
Yeah.
I have changed my movement to be in the mid? I don't think I would be engaged if I were in the middle. I couldn't do both things if I were there, could I?
You know what, Tony? We're friends. I'll allow it.
All right.
Because
So
I know you love ones. So.
I'm going to let the luck of the dice roll this. I'm going to first try to attack.
So just to let everybody know,
well, you know what I can
I'm
do?
letting Tony cheat and reposition his
Actually,
model, but
yeah.
but I like him. He's a good guy, so we're letting it happen. So that way he could try to jack the yak and hit the flame bearer.
So the javelin
couldn't think
attack
of
is
anything else to
actually an
rhyme.
inch of 1, so I could have stayed back a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
here.
so now see now you are definitely good.
Now definitely good. No cheating.
All right, so what are you doing first?
I'm going to try to attack you.
Okay,
With a javelin, I need to roll a 4 on the die.
4 up.
No.
2.
All right, that's a failure.
All right, that means this next one, this 5 or 6 for Jack and the Yak.
5 or 6. Now let's see. Is this boding well for my future? Should I dodge? No. Victory points.
Victory points. That's the name of the game, man.
Jack the snacks from the yak. No.
1.
All right, that's it.
Yep. Womp womp. All right. Well, you've got stuff there. I'm going to save him since he's got a dodge token on him at the moment. And I'm going to take the flame bearer. Ooh.
I see it now.
Ooh.
Oh no! Did you get? Are you beaming again?
I don't think there's range on the beam.
I got to move up. But I think it'll be used. if I move up to where I'm just close to you, does it make it? If I'm right base to base with you.
Yes. Yep. I'm
All right.
So
Spending one of my 6 to move right into base to base.
They kiss now. They're
Yep.
engaged.
Now they are engaged. And this will allow me to do a beam attack. Yay! All right, so I have 5 left. My beam attack, Fires of Teoth, is range 6, which will hit the Ingwan, Poacher, and also the Witch back here, because she is now within 6 inches. Now the beam is...
Do you hit the yak?
But the yak doesn't take damage.
Okay.
Mac, the black yak, is impervious to...
Attacks.
Attack. Yeah. Don't put the S on the end. It doesn't rhyme as well. Attack. So he's immune to attack.
I can't smack the yak?
No, you can't smack the yak
Okay.
because he'll bite you back. So what we have here is I'm down to 5 action dice. I'm going to use 2 of that 5 left to do Fires of Teoth, and I'm going to focus it. So I want this to be able to hit your guys. I need a 7 or better on 3 dice with the focus, and I'll have 2 action dice left after this. So 7 or better. That is a hit. No crit, but those double 6s in that too. So now I roll the damage separately for each one of them.
Okay,
So we'll go Poacher first.
Poacher.
It's a +4 to this roll. So 6 total. Your armor 1.
Armor 1, so I need a 5 or 6?
Yep.
No.
So
I
you take 1 damage. First damage of the game. Round 3. We got there.
1 hour later.
One few minutes later.
Thankfully, this isn't a game where we need to kill each other. We just need to jack the snacks.
Yep, jack the yak snacks. All right. Actually, we've already used. Oh no, I have used all my yak snacks. That's perfect. But I'm engaged. I wouldn't be able to do it anyway.
Can you do that face one more time for the camera?
I don't know what I did, but
Wasn't close.
all
Pure
right.
joy, pure ecstasy.
I was excited there for a second because I thought I could use my yak snack to bring him to me
Back?
But then I'm still engaged to the poacher, so I wouldn't be able to try to steal a treasure anyway.
Ah,
I know.
we're kissing.
But I might still do it because then I would get to move him directly towards me, but he'll have to move to one side or the other, so I'll move him to this side to move him away from assassin maybe a little bit more.
Sure. Roll your attack.
Terrible person.
Roll your attack.
Which?
Which?
This +4.
So, I have an armor of 1. I need to roll a 4.
A 4 or better.
4 or better.
Come on, 1s. Oh nope, that's a 5. All right, we are bad at doing
Even
damage.
with my dodge too. So I needed to roll what, a 3?
Well, dodge, you spend it to roll an extra dice.
Ah, good.
So, in hindsight, you don't want to spend it.
I'm good.
All right, I got 2 action points, 2 action dice left. I'm going to attempt to disengage. So,
How does disengaging work?
So the way disengage works, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong in this. I roll a dice, he rolls a dice. If I beat him, I can move away from him, correct? Yep, so it's literally just I have to beat you in a dice roll. Nope.
No.
So I'm still stuck in there, so...
Does that take an action to disengage?
It did take an action to try to do it.
Okay.
So then I am instead going to go ahead and do a dodge.
Okay.
With my very last one.
That's completely fair.
Because, well, if I would have gotten away, I would have taken my 2-inch move to probably straight back and then called the yak back to me. Just to get it away from your guys. Because I wouldn't have been able to try to snag jack him, but...
Okay, so it's my turn. I'm going to be activating the witch.
The witch.
Not,
Okay.
Not the witch.
Not the witch, but the
witch.
witch. The Iguan witch. She's right here. So that's his witch. He's going to activate her and do some spells. Oh, are you activating her?
Yes.
Dodge token gone.
Okay. Ha! You asked that in a very precarious way, as in, ha, I've got you now, they're dead.
Yeah. Are you sure you're activating? That's how I'm going to ask you every time, just to make you start second guessing life,
sure?
Tony.
Okay.
It'll be that. It'll be, are you sure you're activating that? And you should probably tell your dad you love him.
I do love my dad. I do. Okay, so I took my first one to move closer.
Tony, when's your dad's birthday? Because I can always remind you when it is, just so.
It's January 31st. Happy early birthday, Dad. And that is well within range.
Oh, you going for my questing night?
Yeah, and he's feeling nauseous today.
All right, so let's see. I'm not really within an inch of any terrain, so I don't get any cover bonuses, which I don't think will help against that anyway. It just helps against damaging attacks.
I'm not going to focus as nausea, so it's just going to be a straight roll. 3 or better, and you begin to vomit.
I am nauseous. Sick pig token. Boom. So my questy knight is sick. He's got a full helm on, so that is probably pretty messy.
Now, my model provides cover to you, correct?
Yes.
Would you say in this spot you have cover?
I would say in that spot, I definitely have cover, because more than half of my base is covered even from your best line of sight from your base edge.
Hey Tony, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
In the chat, Tony's mom said 30. Does that mean your dad's birthday is on the 30th?
Did you not know your dad's birthday?
Dude, you are in so much trouble.
Oh, Tony. All right, so next week when Tony can't be found anymore, Sean will be my... Oh, Tony.
Mom, you betrayed me.
You're just
Mom,
digging yourself deeper and
why
deeper.
are you doing this to me? I'm already being lambasted.
Ooh. I'm sorry, Tony.
I'm just...
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to help you now.
I've taken like 5d6 psychic damage. It's fine. I don't even know what I'm doing.
My question knight is nauseated, as I
Okay,
am
I'm
too,
gonna-
that you can't remember your dad's birthday. But,
Follow-up question. When is your mom's birthday?
uh-oh.
It's in the teens of January.
In the teens of January?
I want to say 14.
All right.
Waiting on confirmation from Tony's mom.
All right, let's do this. I want to know. Sean, do you know your parents' birthdays? What?
March 22nd, November 14th.
I
Jade,
want-
you?
Judge.
Okay.
Judge, I need confirmation.
Yeah.
Somebody
Jade,
get
do you
Sean's
know your
parents.
parents' birthdays? Okay. I won't even, you don't even have to prove it. I know my, hey, Dad, if you're watching, I know your birthday was on the 13th of October, and we celebrated it. And Mom,
Don't
if you
tell me,
haven't been
Jade.
watching,
Nope.
it's Halloween, October 31st.
Tony's dad still loves you, Tony.
Aw, see, now that's some fatherly love right there. Unconditional, regardless of how much you forget about him.
Mom, did I get your birthday right?
That would be a no.
Oh no. What is it? 17?
12.
Oh no.
All right, Tony, here, I've got the best idea in the world for you. Let's have you play the game and stop trying to...
My sister's birthday is June 21st.
All of a sudden, Tony's sister pops in the chat. Actually, it's the 19th.
My wife's birthday,
Oh, you really want to risk that? Don't.
August 31st. It is my I'm not going to finish that sentence. Security questions. We're playing.
We're playing Relicblade.
This is a live stream. We're fine. I'm going to take one action, and I'm going to move to have a clear line of sight of you.
All right. Yep.
We're professionals.
We're professionals, and
And
one of us is going to have a good rest of the week. The other one's in trouble.
It's your guess as to which one is which. Okay, I'm going to try to send 2 attacks into your flame bearer here.
Okay.
Witchfire and a cerebral edema. I almost said the wrong word.
No, I mean, the other word would have sounded worse, but... all right, so which one are you doing first?
I'm going to do the witchfire. It's at the top of the
Okay.
sheet. So I need to roll a 4 or better to hit you.
4 or better. Hits.
That is a good hit.
Roll your-
Plus 2 to hit.
All right.
So it's a 4. Beat
4.
a 4 on your defense.
Flame bearer is 1 armor, so I need a 3 or better.
It's very good.
There's
All right,
another 6.
we're going to move on.
So, next attack, Tony.
The cerebral edema.
All right.
I need to roll a 7 or better on these die.
Okay.
Critting on a 4-3.
All right.
It's much better.
Box cards. You hit. All right. Roll your damage.
This is also plus 2 to hit.
All right.
Or plus 2 damage.
Plus 2 damage. That's
is a
better.
7.
7. So I need a 6 to take no damage. There we go.
Bam, bam, bam. We're really good at dodging.
How's this fight going? Well, it's kind of like this. Block it. Oh, now you try to hit. Block it. And then I'll try to hit.
This is
Block
Stop.
it. We're playing Relicblade. That's how it's working. We're just doing live action recaps.
Professionals.
Professionals.
Okay,
All right,
that's
you have
it.
one action dice left, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're all out.
2 to move, 1 to nauseate, 1 to
Yep.
fire, and 2 to give you an edema.
It didn't do much though.
No.
All right, so my go. Flame Bearer is already activated, so I have
You're puking knight.
Warden of Justice and Barfy McBarfinson. Puky Knight.
Everybody's gonna barf.
Well, so far the Warden of Justice is the only one that hasn't, and man, I'm torn between trying to steal something from the yak of the Warden or attacking the witch. So there's only one good answer to this, and that's Puky Knight's going to go and move in to attack the witch, and we're going to wait and see what the Warden can do here in a bit. So we determined that we can move over top of these because they're less than an inch.
An inch high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Question Knight is going to move twice, which will get me within engagement range of the witch.
Oh no.
Oh no.
They're kissing.
And then Question Knight is going to do a long sword attack, focusing it with the last 2. So one of my 2 remaining action dice to long sword attack, which is a 4 up to hit.
It's good to focus because you're puking.
And I'm going to focus because, yeah, instead of a 4, it's a 5. So I need a 5 on 2 dice instead of 1 dice. So we miss.
And you miss.
That visor is
This
just full of
tracks.
too much yuck.
This tracks so much.
All right, and I'm no longer nauseated, though I smell terrible.
All right, my last activation is going to be the assassin. He's going to finally be able to do some stuff.
We're going to put this on the Guinness World Records for least stuff happening in a Relicblade game.
Let's see.
And it's not for lack of trying.
In like a soccer game.
It is.
He can move. He can move twice. Let's see. Yep, move twice to get up into melee.
6 inches?
Yeah.
Are you wanting to get up there with the yak?
No.
To get to me?
I would preferably like to be halfway.
I think, because 6 will put you to right here,
6 will put me to right there.
which will be out. You could be within a half inch of the yak, but you can't be within yak and engagement with me. You have. So you have to use at least one more movement to get up there to have both of them there. Now, here's what we forgot about last time, though. We cheated a little bit. You can't be engaged and try to loot the yak, remember?
Oh.
That's why I couldn't just pull him back. We forgot about it when you tried. No big deal,
forget
because you
about that.
failed the loot anyway. So I guess you got to choose. Well, the assassin has a dagger attack, right?
He does have a dagger attack.
don't you
I was
just-
going to try to do some backstabbery, but we'll wait.
Whatever.
We'll wait.
Doing assassin things, man.
Assassin things.
He says he can do
Like
stuff.
spitting daggers.
All right, so he's going to go.
This
and
is
he's
Tony's
gonna-
back on front view camera.
We flipped it.
There's a side. There's a side.
All right,
he's
so
going to go
Tony's
up.
assassin for the first time went from being able to not see him to
Still not see him.
He still can't see him because he's behind this one pillar here.
It's a conspiracy. There is no
So yeah,
assassin.
there's no assassin. We only have 5 models. We couldn't get the 6th one painted, so we're just doing really tricky camera angles.
Oh no, my thumb is blocking it. Okay. Can I focus snag things from the yak?
I believe so, because it is just it is an action. So and you can always focus an action. Nope, he moved up to purposely be not engaged with anyone since we
Walking around the back of the yak.
walk around the. Well, it's the front of the yak, because the yak running that way. All right,
All right, I'm gonna try to jack some snacks.
going to
From
focus.
the yak. I will focus jack.
Okay,
That is
you got it.
good. Good. I now have a snack.
You have a yak snack. No, not a yak snack. You have a yak treasure.
Oh,
They're different.
Up.
They're different.
1-1.
It's 1-1.
In round 3.
It is in the truest thing a soccer game. All
Right, and then finally, I'm going to
right,
lob some daggers at your flame bear.
All right.
Yep, he's the only guy who I can lob at straight on.
All right. So you need a
4 or better.
A 1 dice. Tony needs a 4 or better. Do you think you can do it?
No.
3. It's all right, Tony. We would have hated to have done more than 1 damage this game. That it?
That is it.
I have a Warden of Justice who is going to try to get back in the lead. So we're going to do a move. 3.
Make sure you're not engaged.
Well, yeah, I can't be within an inch of you, can I? Because yours is an inch. So I got to use 2 movement to get back there so that way I'm not within an inch of you.
As we surround the yak.
As we surround the yak. So that's 2 to get there. I have 2 left. We're going to use your trick and focus snag.
So when you're focusing jacking the snacks, do you need to roll a 5 or 6 collectively, or a 5 or 6 on a die?
If you're focusing, it's a 5 to combine.
Thank you.
Yep. Because what normally
It's a 5
pilfer.
I got it. I see.
Yep. All right. So I need a 5 or better on 2 dice, which
That's a
I
6.
got. All right.
All
So 2 victory points. Still soccer game. And that's it. 'Cause
That's
that's
it.
my 4 actions.
That's the end of the round.
End of round 3. We have 2 exciting rounds left. How's the yak? How's the yak moving?
Okay. We'll go and we'll roll.
And Tony rolls a 6 and it goes again. Oh my gosh, it's a 1, it's a 1, it's a 1, and the yak runs back this way. Soccer game enough? Had to be really excited about it. I'll tell you what though, their announcers get really into all that. All right, so yak is now back here.
All right, and roll off for turn.
Roll off for turn.
3, 2, 1.
Tony got a 4. Jolly got a 4. Friendship roll, go again. Tony got a 5. Jolly got a 6. Oh no, a 2.
You tried.
I tried to call it again. I can only call so many 6s a night, Tony.
I will indeed choose to go first.
I was about to say, go. Put somebody down. Or go.
I'm going to
Jack the
activate
yak.
my assassin.
Oh, you going to go in there and dagger me up?
So he's going to
backstabbage.
He's going to take a dodge first.
Okay.
Because I've got a backstab thing where I can spend a dodge token to do additional damage.
All right. So Tony, now here's one thing I want to explain to you real quick.
Thank
We're going
you.
to go to side view camera. Now, these abilities with a little vine next to them, they are still considered basically something that you do in action.
Yes.
But it's not something you have to spend an action dice on. But you could only do them once per model's activation.
Mm-hmm.
So backstab, even if you attack twice, you could only do that basically once per this model's activation.
And I can only do it in melee, so I have to move to get into your melee, which I move 3. I'm going to choose to get into melee here with you, so I'm close to the yak.
Okay.
Okay. Awkward.
You look like you're having a tough time there, Tony.
Yes.
If only you had a friend to help you out with that.
Okay. So there we go. Half.
All right.
We're
so
engaged.
you moved up to engage my Warden of Justice.
Correct. So that was 2 actions. I have 3 left.
3 left.
I'm going to spend a dodge to give myself an additional damage die on my next melee attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to dagger.
Are you going to focus that to make sure you hit? Because it'd be a real shame to miss with that after you just buffed it.
I think I was going to run up and try to snag another snack, but I think I really want to try and just stab you in the back.
Oh.
So I will focus it.
He's still going. All right. So you need, what, a 4 better?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
really better.
there you go. All right. So now you get 2 dice on your damage. So
All right.
it's
and
2.
plus 2. 2 dice plus 2.
All right. So 2 plus
So
6.
it's an 8 total.
All right. Warden of Justice has 2 armor.
A 6 negates.
Someone rolled a 6. I rolled a 6. I've called 3 of the 4. 3 of the 4 times I've called a 6 has happened. There we go.
I'm going to stab you again.
I think Tony's immediate response, I'm stabbing you again.
And I failed. All right. That's his activation.
Yep, it's got
Yes.
2. So the reason he could do the dagger attack twice is it has a little ×2 next to the attack. So that's why he's able to do it twice. Most attacks don't have anything like that, so you can only do them once. But some of them will have ×2 and very rarely ×3, so that way you can do the attack multiple times.
You know, Jolly,
What's that, Tony?
I was really hoping to get some damage on that.
I bet
I
you
did
were.
everything.
You know what your problem was? You attacked me, and I called a 6 when I rolled it.
Now, you know what my problem was? I rolled dice.
That's probably it. All right, you know what? It's time. Now, beam attacks. Jay's like, I'm sick of hearing about beam attacks.
I just want something to happen.
I'm trying to make things happen. All right, Sean, beam attack. My own character's in the beam. Does he take hits too?
He does too, yeah.
That's fine. Warden,
Watch that be the only damage that goes off.
probably will be. I'll
Getting
probably
the
down my Warden right away.
He does as well.
All right, so yeah, that's what we're doing. Flame Bearer is activating. He's got 2 Iguans and my Warden of Justice kind of right there. Warden's just going to take some friendly... You know, if you're a D&D player, you expect this from your mage. Fireball. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to immediately spend... Oh, actually, can I do that? Yes, because it's magic. It's not ranged. Range attacks you can't do while engaged, but magic attacks you can. Range attack will have a little bow next to the attack. Magic will have a little hand that's doing jazz fingers, it looks like. So I'm going to jazz finger this beam fires of tea off at 2 Iguans and the Warden of Justice. There we go.
Words. All right.
Words.
I'm going to get some jazz fingers to prevent your dice from doing things.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a 3rd action dice to focus this.
All right. Never mind.
Yep. So I need a
Triple ones.
7 or up on 3 dice.
Triple ones. That's it.
Nope. But yeah, and I don't think it's a crit either because I got a 4 to 3, but
Can
a 2.
can we check that? Because if you crit here, that's big.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah,
Because otherwise
when
it's
you roll 1 dice and crit, it's +2. So if you did a 3 and you did a 3, it's 2. If you use 2 dice, you roll a d6. If you go for the big one and roll 3 dice and get all the numbers there, it's 2d6 extra damage.
yeah. So it's
Gotcha.
a lot of extra damage. So I
Gotcha.
I don't crit.
You don't crit.
All right.
If you would roll 2 4s and a 3 there, you'd have been doing 2d6 extra damage on top.
Then I would have annihilated everyone, including my
And
Warden.
that would have been the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, yay! All right. So against your poacher.
Against a poacher, 1
so
armor.
It's 4. Oh no, so it's a +3. Sorry, this is a +3. So it's 8 total.
I'm taking at least 1 damage. I'm taking
3 damage.
3 damage on the poacher.
Yep.
That is going to injure me.
Ooh! All right. So we're on side camera again here, real quick. Oh, it's going to go back here. So down here at the bottom, we have these are our hit points that we're tracking. So it'd be 1 damage, 2 damage. Then we have a broken bone on 3rd damage here if he was taking damage. When you hit a broken bone, that means when you activate, you get 1 less action dice. Correct, Sean?
Yep.
Yep. So now his poacher is injured, and when he activates, he'll only get 3 action dice instead of 4. All right. So poacher's injured and has what? 1 hit point left? 2 hit points.
1 hit point left.
1 hit point left.
taking
So
4
now
damage.
on the assassin is going to be this roll +3. Ready for this?
Yes.
6. Nope, just a 5.
Okay, so that's an 8. My assassin is 1 armor.
So
He's
it's going to be
also
on him
take 3.
also. So the assassin's also injured.
Yep.
And now the warden. Warden's 2 armor. 2. Oh, no, there's a 6.
No,
that's
a
bad.
9.
9, so I might kill my warden. I need... Does it matter? Okay, 5, so I take 3 damage.
Warden is plus
No,
2.
no, no, no.
7.
Plus
you take
2.
2. You take 2 damage.
2 damage. Warden is not injured yet. Yay!
Well, that worked out. Holy
And
crap.
the warden can... Thank you, Sean. I forgot all about that.
Holy.
I don't have
Oh,
a
no.
warden, so I don't...
But his inner peace.
All right, so that's 3 action dice to do that. I
Yep.
still have 3 left.
Okay.
I'm going to try to do
This isn't good.
a disengage.
Oh.
So we have to roll off. Tony rolls a 6.
You're not going anywhere.
I rolled a 6. If I
Friendly
need it,
reroll?
Beat him, but I'm not sure if you want me to book and you guys keep going. I'll figure it out.
all right. So what we're looking at real quick is if me meeting Tony's dice lets me disengage or if I have to beat it. We're not sure about that, but the plan is that if I get to disengage, I'm going to move my 2 inches back here to be next to the yak, and I'm going to try to focus Jack the yak to get a yak treasure.
So, Jolly,
Yeah.
I know we talked about this at the
that
beginning.
dodge token's gone. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's up?
I know we talked about this at the beginning, but now that we've been playing it for a bit, people might have piqued their interest. Where would I go if I wanted to get into and start buying Relicblade material?
Equal or higher?
Equal or higher. So I disengage.
You do disengage.
So, all right. So, to answer Tony's question real quick, if you're interested in Relicblade, the best place to buy it is going to be from Sean Sutter himself. Look up Relicblade online, all one word. Metal King Studio is the name of his studio. Look them up. You can buy directly from him, and that's one of the best ways to do it. He even has a coupon code on there. If you order $100 or more, you get $10 off the order, which pays for shipping, basically.
That's pretty good.
I know. And then you'll also get a picture drawn in your rulebook if you order a rulebook or different things like that. Now, that's the easiest way to get Relicblade, just because he's a one-man show and going through distributors is difficult. Now, once you're playing and ready, if you're in the Columbus area, you can stop by either Guardtower East or Guardtower West to look for games. But really what you should do is hop on Guardtower's Discord and talk with people in the Relicblade channel.
If possible, could we throw up the invite in the chat for the Discord?
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait. Does this mean your mom's playing Relicblade?
Mom,
Or, you know what?
Dad,
would also be great.
you guys should both play Relicblade together.
All right, so I disengaged.
Yes.
That was my fourth action token. Fourth action dice. I'm going to move 2 inches to back here, so that way I'm outside of engagement with you and within half an inch of the yak. And I'm going to, with my last 2 action dice, pilfer and focus.
You've
I
already
refocused.
focused.
Yep. So you are correct. So I'm going to try to just pilfer. So I need a 5 or up. Nope.
No.
And I
One
can't
short.
do that again because you can only do actions once.
So you
unless
dodge?
it's moved.
You're gonna
I'm
dodge.
going to dodge.
He's gonna dodge.
And that's
What
it.
do you know? Okay, well, you did a very nice thing, and you disengaged, so I don't need to worry about disengaging.
Nope, but you do have 1 less action dice because you were injured with your poacher.
This is true. So the poacher now has 3 action dice. So I could move up, pilfer,
And focus it if you want, and that'll be
and
it.
focus a pilfer?
We can move up, try to pilfer, and then try to stab.
I think that's the play with somebody who's about to die.
All right, all right.
I think I'm gonna move up.
Now, oh, wait, that doesn't work, though. Because you can't be engaged with anybody if you want to pilfer.
I'm not engaged with
Oh, I'm
anybody.
saying, okay, so you're focusing the pilfer, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were going the whole...
No, I'm not focus attacking.
Okay.
I'm focus pilfering. So 1 to move up, and then I'm gonna focus pilfer.
He's going to try to jack the yak.
The snacks, specifically.
5 or up. 2-2, go.
Oh, that's a 5.
Just on the dot. So you're up to 2 victory points.
Tie game.
Look at this. Big score game. Round 4. We've got nobody down yet, and...
Well, they were close. All right.
My go?
That's your go.
Oh, man. Has your assassin already gone this turn?
Yes, he tried to backstab.
So your witch is the only one that hasn't gone.
Breaking news, Tony.
Uh-oh. What's this breaking news for Tony?
Your mom is going to learn Relicblade when work gets easier for her.
That's fair. I hope work is going well, Mom.
We have a good new Relicblade player.
Woo! All right, so Tony, question that's going. I'm just going to go for... I'm going to try to wreck your witch.
Do it.
I'm going to use Vicious Strike.
Oh, no.
It's normally 2 of my 4 action dice, and we're going to focus it.
So 3 of them.
So 3 of them, 7 up.
Okay.
Hits.
It's a very good hit.
It's +5,
Okay. That's
All right.
a 7.
so a 7.
1 armor. A 6 blocks it.
Well, all right.
Can you verify that that's a 6?
That
for me?
is definitely a 6. Touche, Tony, touche. All right, last one. I'm going to longsword you. I'm going to try to hit you with 4 up. Hits.
That's a hit.
And this is +4,
Okay.
so 7. You're going
six
to 6
blocks.
me again?
6 blocks, because I have +1 armor.
Yeah!
All right, so that's 3. And so I'm taking...
4.
I'm Ed.
Yes! First one down.
First one down, he's disabled.
Yep. She's disabled. Now watch, he'll roll a 6 on the revive and she'll just be like, I'm back. It's your guard, Tony.
That's it.
Is it my go again? Because
Yeah,
your
because
witch
my
was
witch
taken
was
down?
supposed to go, and now she's down.
All right.
I cry
So,
every time.
Warden of Justice, just because it's easier to put you on the ground with the action point than to try to disengage, is going to Sacred Blade you. 3 up.
Okay.
So on the assassin, Warden of Justice, going for the assassin who has 2 hit points left.
Yes.
All right, need a 3-up. Hits.
That's a hit. I've
This-
got 1 armor.
A 5. I'm like, I know it hit, but this is a +3. So 3 plus 1.
That's a 4
So
total.
you need a 3 or up. I got it.
Barely.
All right.
Not today.
I want him down. I could do Sacred Blade a second time.
Do it.
So with the 3 I have left, Sacred Blade focus. Because I want it to
Going
hit.
for it.
I want it to hit. And I don't trust, see, I don't really trust, So it's a 3 plus 4.
So 7.
So 7 total. 2 more.
5.
huh?
I take 2 damage and I'm down.
Down. I have 1 more action dice, so we're going to try to Inner Peace. So Inner Peace is a non-attack ability for the Warden. I roll 1 dice, and on 1 dice, however you want to say it, and on a 4-up, he recovers 3 health. He recovers 3 health, so he's full and healthy again.
This is not looking good, but I will say it's still tied.
It is still tied.
Coming down to the last round.
All right, so we get to see another mechanic of Relicblade now. Oh, wait, we almost forgot.
The yak moves.
The yak move, right? Yak move. Are you rolling it this time, Tony?
No.
All right.
No.
Yak move. 4. So it's
1,
coming towards
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, coming
back
straight,
this corner,
which isn't good.
which is interesting. It's running away from all of us.
It's really close to your knight, though,
I know.
who's precariously not engaged because I'm down.
All right. Now we get to see the other part. So whenever characters go down, as long as they don't have a rule called non-heroic recovery, they will, even if they have non-heroic recovery, they get to roll a dice. The end of the round, is it end of the round or beginning of next round? It's beginning of next round, right? No, it's end of
No,
round.
that's the end of the round because I believe you roll off and then you can give.
Yep, and then you can,
another
okay.
roll again.
So at the end of the round, you roll a dice for each character that's down, even if it's not heroic. Now, if you roll a 6, it stands back up with 1 hit point. If it's not heroic, though, if you fail that 6, it dies. If it's anything else besides non-heroic, if it fails it, it just lays there until somebody coup de grace it with an attack. So, Tony, who are you rolling for first?
The witch.
All right, so the witch, you need a 6.
Nope.
A 5. So she lays there at the moment.
And now the assassin.
The assassin. Nope.
Stays laid.
A 1. So both of his characters are still down. They can't do anything. They don't count as engaging my characters. But he will get to roll again as long as I don't attack them. Now, if I attack them and hit, they're gone. I have to do damage. It still has to go through the armor?
Yeah, it's
Okay, cool. All right. So roll off time, Tony. 3 and a 6. I will go first. How's that assassin? How's that poacher looking?
It's on 1 health.
Ooh, let's see.
So if you put it down, that's the game, right? Unless you still need to go and get some points.
This is round 5.
Yeah.
If I put him down, and then I try to use my other people to get a point,
And if that fails?
then we're tied. All right, we're going to go with Warden. He's going to move 1 time to 3 right here. So he's moving to this poacher. And he's going to Sacred Blade. So he's used 1. He has 3 action dice left. He's going to Sacred Blade and focus it. So that way I can definitely hit. Hopefully definitely hit. So a 3-up. Hits. It's going to be +3.
Okay.
So
6
6.
total. I need to roll a 5 because I'm +1 armor.
You got it. All right. Last
6.
action dice. Try it in a Sacred Blade attack. 3+.
Okay.
Because I could do it a second time.
Sure.
Hits.
That's a hit.
What'd you get with?
A
6. I forget. I keep on forgetting about.
3,
Yep.
Yeah, it's +2 damage.
Oh. So you need a 2 or up. No, you need a 3 or up. Yep. There you go.
And I rolled a 3.
All right. So Poacher's still alive.
Okay.
It's your go, Tony.
I'm going to go with the poacher, and he's going to attempt to disengage and move away.
So you got 3 action dice. Remember
Yes,
that.
I do.
Focus does too.
Well, I would, but I want to run him over and try to grab a snack.
So I think he might need the extra movement possibly after he disengages. All right. 5.
This is
my 6.
This is for many biscuits right now.
6. Nope.
No,
3.
I
All right, so you
disengage.
disengage. You can move 3.
He's gonna run straight at the yak. He's gonna go there.
All right.
And that's his second.
Yep.
And now he's gonna attempt to pilfer.
5 up. Can you pilfer it?
Yeah!
He got it. He got a 5. All right.
It was on the 3 for so
You
long.
got a third victory point.
That's 3 points for me, sir.
All right. How do I want to do this? Well, it's gonna be like. Oh man, that he proves a problem. I think I got to take him out before I even move up there. 'Cause he's pulling off that engagement stuff. So 1, 2, 3.
It's a professional Relicblade maneuver right there.
I planned it. For sure.
All right, we're going with Questing Knight. Questing Knight's going to move to here
To engage me?
to engage you.
Okay.
He's going to
Take me down.
longsword buff or longsword focus.
Longsword focus.
So 4 up.
No!
Oh, no way!
No, it's a 3.
Oh, it missed.
This
all right.
This is a game.
And
This is a game that's happening.
my last one on a 2 up, I can give 180 to an ally within 8 inches. So 2 up. All
Okay.
right. So he's got an extra 80.
Yep.
And then that's his go. So it's my go again, right?
Is
Because
your-
you don't have anybody else.
Yeah, I don't have anybody else. It's your go again, and I have a sneaking suspicion as to what you're going to do. But go ahead, say.
All right. So it's 7 AD is what he has at the moment because he got a bonus 1 from the Questing Knight.
Okay.
Oh man.
You know, Jolly, if you whiff this, all you can do at this point is tie.
I know, but I got to get the tie.
You got to get the tie.
I got to get the tie.
This is the last activation.
This is the last activation.
This is the game.
That was a great maneuver on target. But disengaging.
All right. We're doing 2 for Mark of Flame on him.
Sometimes it's fun to just, go in and stab, but sometimes you got to realize the game is won by points.
Well, I've been trying to loot points and everything. I figured if I took out 2 of your guys,
Oh, yeah.
7 or better.
I agree.
Hits.
That hits.
This is a +4. 6.
5 or more saves.
All right.
Oh, that was
he's
almost a
down.
6.
Only a 1.
He's down.
All right. So then 3 more to get up there.
Have you focused yet?
Nope.
You're gonna club this roll right here.
Probably. I needed a 4 up on 2 dice, and I rolled a 3 for the attack with the Questing Knight. All right, we're going to move to there, not considering engage, and that was 3 to do that. Then we're going to pilfer. We're going to try to jack the yak with focus. 5 are up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jolly needs a 5.
Oh! I missed it by 1! Oh! 2 disappointing rolls and 1, and that's it. That's game. So Tony stole it.
Last minute run over. I jacked the yak snacks.
Oh, man.
Ultimate jack.
Way to go, Tony. Way to go.
I thought I was done for.
I thought I had you done for 2.
The
And then
beam
he
attack that
pulls off the
crippled
5 on 1 dice and woo!
So Tony, what did you think of the game?
Yeah, so as far as skirmish games goes, this is.
I'm a fool. Sorry.
Did you miss something?
I have my yak
You
snack.
had the yak.
I could have just pulled
You
the
could
yak
have
to
cracked.
me.
You still would have rolled a 4 though.
I would have, but then
You would have just been next to you.
I'd have just been next to me. I wouldn't have had to move next to him. Oh,
Sadness.
still, I still have a yak snack, so ha.
Yes.
But Tony, did you like the
Yes.
game?
Yes, I really did enjoy this game. One thing that I factor into games when I'm playing them is how crunchy are they?
So keep on talking. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give him an overhead view of what happened there.
Yeah, give them a close up.
Can I
So
get this off without having to?
I think you have to twist the thing.
so if you get motion sick, don't worry about it.
No, they don't have that camera up at
Okay.
the moment.
So when I play games, one of the factors that I think about is how crunchy is this game. Crunchy means kind of how many specific rules
Yeah.
does the game have. Like, if there's a wall of text
second,
that
we'll show
I'm
'em.
reading every turn to determine what I'm doing, it kind of takes away from the enjoyment of the game, in my opinion, because I need to make sure I'm following
I'll pick it up
a
here in a
lot of
minute and show
different
them.
rules. So with Relicblade, it's not very crunchy. All the rules that I need to know are on a single card per each model.
Besides basically those basic
Yeah,
actions.
the basic things, if you know them in your head, then you're good to go. And so it's a very non-crunchy game. It's a very fast game. We played the first round in a very quick amount of time.
I would say we went through, we narrated everything we were doing. This is the first time I've ever played the Yak scenario, Yak scenario, so.
And we thought that I was out of the game. And I ended up pulling it off. So it's not something that's determined by a roll in the first round. You're pretty much
determined
in
by
it.
rules in the 5th round.
You're in the game until it's done. You don't just sit back and decide you've lost. At least in my opinion. I love the models. The models are beautifully sculpted, and in this case, beautifully painted by both Sean and Tyler.
Yep. And Sean Sutter, we love the models. We love showing Relicblade off. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, I say that, but yeah, the models are great. Sean Sutter just got done with another Kickstarter, and the exciting thing about this Kickstarter is it has solo campaign mode. So if you have some of the models and either the adversary models to be the enemies or just even something to proxy as enemies, you can use that, which is going to come out, I think, Sean Sutter, I think, is aiming for January. Kickstarter just finished. January is when he is planning on it being fulfilled, because he had everything pretty much done except for the actual sending off for the production.
Okay.
Models all 3D rendered, sculpted, and all that stuff. So come January, there will be solo rules for this. So that way, if you just have some extra time, and you want to run through some of the stuff with these models in this system, you can do that. Now, one thing I want to show the kind of a closer up final of what we have here. Pretty center, which isn't always the case with this one. It's completely possible the yak runs off to one side, or if you play this one, if you have more than one players, you have more yak snacks, so there's more people towing the yak around and stuff too. But so this game went back and forth quite a bit. Like Tony said, going in the last round, it looked like you were just done for.
Absolutely. So, Jolly, that being said, this is the first game that we've played to completion here on Table Ready. I'm putting you on the spot here, and we're going to start a rating system. We're going to kind of give our little off-the-cuff endorsements. Out of 5 yaks.
Out of 5 yaks.
How many yaks would you give Relicblade?
Out of 5 Mac yaks, I would give back exactly 4 out of 5.
All right, you heard it here, folks. 4 out of 5 yaks.
I think it's a really good game. Actually, you know what? I'd probably call it a 4.5. Can we do 0.5s? I'd say we do 5.5s.
It's our show. We can do what we want.
I would say probably 4.5. I think this is an excellent game. Like you said, it does a great job at not being too complicated, but having enough to it that it's really fun and replayable. The scenarios, if you get to see more of the scenarios are awesome. The miniatures are awesome. I think the reason it's a 4 or 4.5 for me instead of a 5 is, and this is all because it's a one-man show, metal minis aren't my favorite to work with. You can't really mod them much.
No, but they're great minis.
But they're great minis. So that's why. If they were low grade metal minis, that would drop it a ton for me right there. And the only other thing, I'm not sad about this game in particular, but it's not really a tournament game like we discussed at the beginning, which I don't really take as a downside, but I do like going to events, and I do have a little bit of trouble thinking of a good event that you would run with this game other than just pick up and play.
No, they have a
Do you have ideas?
Yeah, they have a campaign in the second book, I believe it's called the Lands, that he released. It has like a 5-match scenario.
Does it have
heroes?
Well, then there we go. So definitely.
You can play a day or 2-day event. You just play 5 games.
Okay, that's awesome. I wasn't aware of that. So that sounds good. I just like being able to have those events. So if it's a game that doesn't have an event, that always makes me a little sad. Doesn't mean I don't like the game or enjoy playing it. But knowing that, yeah, 4.5. I think just the fact that they're metal minis, even though they're beautiful metal minis, makes me a little sad. But it being a one-man show, if they were plastic minis, that would be insane for him.
Yeah.
Tony, what would your rating be?
I'm going to give this a solid 4 out of 5 yaks. One of the, I've already talked about what I love about this game. And just to kind of recap that, you're in it to the end. I haven't received, as of this point, what I call a feels bad moment, where it's just something is happening in the game and I just feel hopeless in it. I'm not having one of those in this. And so it's good. It's very intuitive. It's very fast. I'd say I'm giving it 4 because it is very luck dependent. There's a huge luck factor, which is good and bad. So for people who are wanting to scratch that strategy itch, where they don't like dice rolls in their games, this might not be for you. I enjoyed it a lot. It's not a perfect game, but like I said, solid 4 out of 5 yaks.
Now, the one thing that Tony hasn't seen that I really like about it, Sean, you've seen it, so you can comment on this too. The equipment and relics are fun.
Yeah, the equipment and relics add a lot of dimension to the game because you can equip your guys.
Yep.
So you can use relics in
Relicblade.
Whoa!
Relic and blades.
Treasures on the table, and then so when you find them, you'll get like 1 of 3 for the game.
So most other scenarios have you put objectives or treasure on the field, and when you interact or pick up that treasure, you would typically roll a dice or just draw something from a relic deck. And the relics are pretty awesome pieces of equipment that go into something. Now, you could also pre-equip your characters with stuff. I'm going to use this again real quick. Side camera, which is now right down here. Okay, so these right here on the side are the symbols that tell you what kind of equipment you could put on your character. So that is what you match up with those. All the equipment cards that you get will have one of these symbols on them, so that tells you we could take. So in this case, we can take, come on, autofocus. Well, in this case, we got a fist here. There we go. So you could take whatever the fist is equated to. That would be a weapon of some kind. That would be a type of buff. These would be potions. So that tells you what the questing knight can take as far as those. Now, some of the equipment is also kind of keyword based, which is right down here. The questing knight is a knight.
The writ of justice, that's what the knight always takes.
So there's some equipment that'll say only knights or only like knights and soldiers. So there are different requirements that a character has to have to take equipment. The equipment is really good for filling out points and also altering what your characters can do some. So that also adds another nice little bit of list building to
that would have been
the
able
game.
to push us to a full 100 points.
Well, we probably would have each had a 4th figure.
Okay.
Because the points on the 3 that I have a 100-point game, were 23, 26, and 23.
23 and 26 are basically the points on
Yeah.
every
It's on all of them. You will get some like teams of minions, which are like 14 or 18 sometimes. But normally, when you're done building a team, you have between 4 and 8 points left to put equipment on them. And 4 points will get you like 2 pieces of equipment, so 8 points will get you between 3 and 4 pieces of equipment.
Okay.
So that's normally what we're looking at. So we did play a smaller game. We would normally have each had 1 extra guy and then a few pieces of equipment.
Okay. Now, I know this is only our first episode, and we can definitely talk about this, but I think a front runner for a mascot is definitely Mac the Pack Yak.
Mac the Black Pack Yak. Well, I think you're going to have troubles with mascot. I mean, for the show maybe, but overall, I think we're going to have a tough time not having it be one of the cats.
Well, not for the channel. Not for the channel.
Oh,
but
okay.
For the table ready show.
For the table ready
Mac
show.
the Pack Yak?
Mac the Pack Yak. All right.
I'm envisioning like a picture of a yak with a whole bunch of games
instead
of packs.
You know what we could do? We could have, out of one of the packs, London's poking its head out.
We'll get
We
to
got
work
this.
on that. It's
All right.
an idea. We'll workshop
So,
it.
any viewers that we do have, are there any questions or comments from viewers?
Yeah, I'll move forward with.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Tony's mom said, excellent job.
Aw.
Thanks, Mom.
There you go. All right.
Your dad went to bed.
I believe it.
Yes, he's
Disappointed.
disappointed.
What? So, yeah, that's pretty much all we have. Next week, we're going to do Warcry, which is another fantasy skirmish game. It is made by Games Workshop, and it is definitely more mainstream. It's one that you could buy in any store pretty much that sells Games Workshop products. It is actually a simpler system than this, but I also really love it just because it's easy to get people into the game.
I'm excited. I've gotten my first few warbands. They're not put together, they're not painted, but I'm going to get started on that. But next week we're using your stuff, right?
Next week we're using my stuff, so we're going to have some orc and dwarf action, and then we'll see if I get anything else painted up before then. We'll also bring that in. So
And we'll be giving you some constant updates upon how my warbands are coming, so you can kind of watch my hobby progress from beginning to end in a little ways.
Yep. So, as a final say before we end the night, each week we are planning to kind of talk about a different game, or sometimes we'll have theme nights where we'll talk about maybe a couple shorter games that fall within that theme. As I said, next week we have Warcry, another fantasy skirmish game. The week after that is Gaslands, Mad Max car battles that use Hot Wheels as that. Yeah, we'll explain that more then. And then after that we have Kill Team, another Games Workshop game that's pretty popular at the moment.
Basically skirmish till the year.
It's skirmish
We're
until
doing
the end
lots
of the year.
skirmishes.
Well, skirmish till the new year.
Skirmishes are nice.
So tune in next Wednesday at 6:30 on this Twitch channel
For the professionals.
for the professionals.
We're professionals.
Because now we're professionals.
Professionals.
And check out some Warcry.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good night.
Have a good night. And Tony's dad, I like and respect you.